All right, so this video is a full workout with my guy, Jeff Doughton. Currently plays for the Philadelphia 76ers, super high level player, but more importantly, works really hard. He's very good at getting outside of his comfort zone a bit. And that's partially why he's gotten to where he's at. It's funny because I actually played with Jeff in high school, and now years later, he's back training with us. And one of the big reasons he came down here to Miami to work with us is looking for different ways to get outside the box a bit, to get creative, to add some new things that maybe he's never thought about or seen or worked on before. So I wanted to share this video with you guys for a few reasons. Number one, to see how a player of that caliber approaches the game. I find myself not very often posting the higher level players that we work with, simply because I know that most players are not at the NBA or the professional level. So I want to make it a little bit more relatable at times. But it is important to see how he approaches it, how much intent he goes into each drill or concept with, the questions, trying new things, being creative with it, and also just having fun. Secondly, I think you guys can take some of these concepts or techniques. These are concepts that we worked on that aren't rocket science, but every player still has a lot of room to continue to add stuff like this. As you can see, even an NBA point guard is still adding things off the dribble, coming off ball screens. There are certain coordination patterns that are difficult for him. So for me as a coach and us as a coaching staff, our goal of player development is to find these things, identify the things that they can continue to add or sharpen. So we watched all of his possessions from the last 2 or 3 years, and then we just go at it trying to find different ways to do things, trying to get him live reps in different situations that he'll see over and over again, and then kind of helping him through this. And this is great for you guys to see because again, you can see how this development process works. So I'm excited to dive into it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. Let's get it. So first off, we're actually starting with threes off the dribble before any warm-up. Most times, players come into the gym and build confidence first through a bunch of closer shots, which isn't bad, of course, but like many, Jeff will likely be coming off the bench, at least at the NBA level, so being able to shoot shots like this after getting cold and losing a bit of rhythm is huge. So we're going 10 off the dribble, 10 off the catch, moving and switching up on each shot, and he's got to make 7 out of 10 to move on. Then with the warm-up, I'm always looking to challenge general coordination by giving players movements that feel a bit or a lot weird. Ones that make you feel like you got 2 left feet. And with higher level players, extensive stationary ball control work will only do so much. So pairing that with tough movements like this gets us much better results. Things like rotating with the dribble, exaggerated control with one hand, working on the timing to shift with the ball. And then ramping it up to working on some footwork off the dribble, primarily seeing if we can get this step, kind of that second step on an explosion, to be more powerful, as well as being angled as a punch backwards rather than more upwards. Obviously, this isn't going to become a habit right away, but exposing him to this feeling is the most important part. And then exploring with this in a variety of different moves and movement styles. And lastly, before getting into the good stuff, was a short attacking warm-up with 3 parts. First off, attacking close to the defender who has their feet crossed to get some nice advantage finishing reps from close. Then working off a downhill attack, so now he has momentum into it, but the main focus here is using his pace to finish versus coming in a bit more out of control. And this definitely isn't easy, but the struggle and the tough reps are exactly what we're looking for. And then lastly, he's attacking, but the defense is playing it a bit more like a soft hedge, and he's got to start with a wrap and get creative off of that in a new way every time. This really forced him to explore different solutions for counters off of that wrap dribble, attacking in this certain situation. Now to the good stuff, working on attacks off the dribble.
Okay, now that you're a little bit more warm, what we'll do is off the bounce, we'll have different situations, a couple ISO, a couple ball screens. They'll alternate defense, so you're getting different looks, smaller defender, longer defender, whatever. I'll give you a setup to work out of, so maybe it's like hang dribble, something like that. You got to get as creative as you can off of that. So let's say, Martin, you're on me first. Zoran, you'll be gap defender over here for now. So you can play off like a float, you can play off just kind of a regular like size up, but every single explosion, I want it to be rather than here, I want it to be maybe a little bit more on the way down or maybe a little bit more on the way up. So just kind of play around with the timing. You can use different moves to get out of there. So if Martin's on me, maybe I'm here, playing off of that, Maybe I go a little bit early, up to you. Let's go up. So it don't have to be a hang here. It could also just be you're kind of sizing up as long as you kind of fuck around the timing a little bit. So when the ball is on the way down or when the ball is on the way up. Nice. Solid. So defenders, they kind of have that internal like clock where they're like, okay, ball is going up to the hand, probably gonna go there, try to throw that clock off a little bit. Yes, there we go. Good one. Also play a little bit more out of a closed stance, so if he's pressuring, you can be here and then go off time.
So keep in mind here that we're limiting help defenders to lower complexity and therefore help him devote all of his attention to the explosion, to that first part of it. So most of these reps will actually look a bit easier, especially once he gets by that initial defender, than stuff like this that we did far more often throughout this development process. But again, it's because we're targeting this first part of the rep, which actually needs a ton of focus to create and execute new ideas. So off rip, you can see him experimenting with the timing, and it looks pretty good, but I think the limits can be stretched a little bit more.
I'm gonna try to throw off the timing as much as possible. So you'll just be here, boom. Slow dribble as relaxed as you can. Whenever I say go, wherever you are, you're pushing out of there, like turning the ball over here, trying to get as wide as you can with it. So you'd be here. Martin, try to throw off the timing and say it at a tough time. Wow, pushing out of there. Even if it's all the way down here, try not to get in the next dribble, just push out of there. Or if the ball is not even really in your hand yet, just push out. Go. Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go! Oh yeah. Go! Nice. Go! Yes. Few more, and then we'll let you kind of direct it. Part of what makes it easier to explode with weird timings is being able to like kind of turn your hand over the ball and push out. Because if you're all the way down here, it's hard to like get from here to a push out. So making it more almost like an in and out to get out of there, where you're like, if I'm going this way here, makes it easy to explode out of there when that timing is a little bit off. Let's try it. Go! Oh, got him. Got him. Go! Yeah, hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. If you think about it, if Martin's playing defense here, you really get wide with this. At any point, you can now bump off of that. Versus if you don't really let it hang, you kind of have to bump with that second dribble. Yes, so it's a lot easier to create timing off of that. Go! Yes, there we go. Fucking great rep. One more. That was good. Martin, you're on defense. So you felt the timing on those, right? How like unorthodox the timing is. Now your goal is to try to create that yourself rather than relying on me to say go at a weird timing. So you're just float, float, float. As soon as you want to in one of those kind of weird timings, you're pushing out. You got one, we'll say you got two dribbles. So you got this, and then you can bump and get into something or just score at the rim. Oh yeah. Solid. Let's go. Try to make it feel awkward. Because if it's awkward for you, it's damn sure awkward for the defense. Yes. Got him! Exactly. You can go from like, whatever, 20 to 80 and still beat him. So your goal in these next few is to try to beat him without even going 100% speed. Yes. There we go. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, good recovery. We'll go two different types of explosions. And we'll just make it very simple here, and you'll kind of like facilitate that. Keep it in one hand, don't matter if it's right or left. First one here, I want you to think about before the ball gets to your hand, you go. So you're here, and then before that ball even gets to your hand, you go. We'll just go into a pull-up to keep it simple. Next one here is what I was kind of showing you over there. Same idea, same tempo, but now as the ball is down, that's when you push out. Zoran, try to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how unpredictable it is after each one. Let's say if you get a chest stop, you get a point. Ooh, almost. Almost. Oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah. Hey, 1 to 10s are on? Yeah, literally. Like you almost like you go and then collect the ball on the way forward. It shit feels weird at first. And the good thing about this, we'll build on it going to the left after this, is that you already play out of this closed stance a lot, and you could throw off timing so much with the same idea where like if you're getting down here, you turn, you can go with a different timing, or even like here and throw it off rather than just like being predictable with the timing. Ah, yeah. Yo. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, the pace of the drill, like intensity. Like the height, maybe the height of the drill too.
Yeah, the height is a good one, being able to adjust that. Let's do like a 2 or 3 dribble size up now. So say your heroes are on, you're just playing however you want to. You can take up to 3 dribbles, 1, 2, and then playing off of that timing idea. Just keep experimenting. Yeah. Yeah. See that, how that first step gets like, it's more efficient. You get out a little bit more with it.
Shake the dribble.
Nice. That's good timing. Good bump. If you literally just get like a half step on a defender, you're getting like really good at the bump. Yeah. Where if they're behind, it makes it so much easier to bump. So it's not about blowing by them with it. It's just getting that little step. Exactly. You just get a quick little advantage, and then you're good at playing off of that. If you're slow here, as soon as you get into this tween, you got to play off of that. But before that, it's slow. So I could be something like that. You can go tween and go whatever. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Way to switch up that timing. Oh! What happens as I get like closer to him? He starts to be more reactive because I'm closer to him versus being here. So you're here, and then you can play off of that. Solid. Just get into it between and let your instinct take over. That's your goal. You got fucking elite instinct, just let it take over. Bump. Good recovery. Yo! Nah, that slow step crazy. You think they would call travel on that? I don't think they, after this year, I don't think they would. Last year, they would have called travel. Nice. There you go. There we go. Your goal is to go from wide with your base to more narrow and then attack off of that. So being able to like slow down but also lift up and switch up your base to be unpredictable. So as you come off here, maybe you're wide, narrow here, and then playing off of that. Playing off of that. If you go narrow with your base, what happens? They're chilling. Because they're like, if you're here with it, then you got a big who's like really ready. If you go narrow, they're like, oh, this motherfucker's about to shoot. Exactly, and then taking off from there. So just finding different ways to cause a quick little reaction in the defense and then taking advantage of that. Oh yeah. 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 Yes, sir. And one! You be initial defender here, so it gives a like more realistic picture of what he can do timing-wise coming off of that. Oh.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Yeah. Oh! Oh yeah. Big man screen. Oh yeah. Oh! Good timing. Woo! Like go back and watch that clip of Kyrie later and just watch his feet, how it's always going like this. Because if you're wide, defenders engaged, you go up here and bring it.
Disengage if you're here.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
So that did it. There's only so much that you can really add or experiment with in one day before it becomes too much. So we ended with some light shooting, And I want you guys to keep in mind that this is only one part of the game. Even with Jeff being a point guard, we did a lot of attacking off the catch, moving off ball, passing off of ball screens, IQ work, film. But of course, as you saw in this video, it's valuable at times to build that toolbox off the dribble a bit too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time.